I don't appreciate you popping off like that, bro.
Sorry.
Soft ass. Welcome to Requiem for a Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. Adam Pecora here with the chef himself.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
The Juice Man is here. Rate, review, and subscribe to Requiem for a Tuesday. Wherever you get your podcasts, you can listen to this one. Subscribe to it, share it, tell your friends. Thank you. Check the links in the description below for more goodies.
MicrowaveMinutes.com, MicrowaveMinutes.com, MicrowaveMinutes.com.
All right. Before we get into Den of Thieves 2, just got to say, Justice, there seems to be a whole lot going on ever since the election happened. Coincidence?
No, I think it's all working out for, the powers that be, for sure. I think they got a plan going on.
It's all been multiple inside jobs.
For sure.
I kind of agree, but I don't really want to tell anybody.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to talk about. It's hard. Okay, I talk about this often and at a good level. Just like conspiracies in general are good for conversation. They're good for
theories.
Social.
Conspiracies are real. Conspiracy theories are not.
Just
technically.
Just any type of conspiracy. It doesn't even have to be a theory. It can be
real conspiracies.
Yeah, it could be like you had this piece of brick thing on your table here, and you woke up the next day and it was gone. You're like, that's today's conspiracy. I gotta find out where the fuck I put that.
You don't know what that word means. That is not what a conspiracy is.
Well, then I come in and I say, hey man, you never had one of those.
That's called gaslighting. That's not.
Oh shit.
That's not a conspiracy.
Shit.
Conspiring is like a group of people getting together to like suppress or change information or whatever.
Oh no, I was getting to that about the tile in your room.
No, but what you're saying, it just isn't. It still just isn't. That's not a coordinated effort to do anything.
If I had other people coming in and saying that.
I guess my point is really just like, what do we think the CIA's doing? Nothing?
I don't know.
For how long? There's a lot of people working there. Somebody's doing something somewhere all the time. That's all I'm saying. That is technically got to be true. Could it all just be a bunch of bad stuff, between election and inauguration? Coincidence? Maybe. Bad things are happening everywhere all the time, no matter what.
Yeah.
So you never know. It does seem like.
I mean, I don't have any CIA. I don't think I have any CIA conspiracies right
I don't think because again, I don't think you're aware of what that is.
Conspiracy theories. I don't have any CIA conspiracy theories right now, specifically about the CIA.
What about who do you think's conspiring?
I don't know.
There's not just like a bunch of guys like making things happen.
No, maybe
like an unknown group of bandits.
Maybe like
undermining American intelligence.
I think private companies have a lot of conspiracies. They're conspiring a lot of things.
You talking about like corporations?
For sure.
Yeah, but who do you think they work with?
Do you think they work with the CIA and shit? Like,
the government specific. Of course.
I guess I don't.
It's all money and shit.
I always think that that level of enforcement, like the CIA, like they're doing like
tech companies work for the military.
How often?
Permanently.
I don't think so.
Microsoft has a defense contract.
Really? They're making like
that's
bombs
how all
and
this
shit?
stuff works. I don't know what they're making. No,
Okay.
it's computers and shit for sure, but
shit that we can't see, that we're not allowed to like hang out and just like play with, right?
I mean, I will say it is unfair that the public doesn't get to use some things. We walked by some lot.
Like me and you?
No.
Okay.
Me and my girl the other day. And there was like an RV that was labeled Cook County Sheriff. And it was like a full RV. And it was just in some lot. And it's like, what are we doing here? When will the Cook County Sheriff's Office ever need this? You guys definitely bought this because you had money left in your budget. And you're just like, fuck it, you guys want to get an RV? Which I would do the same thing in that position. However, let me rent the RV. Put it, like, do something.
I would love to cruise.
You ever go to those cities where all the cops have, like, Dodge Challengers? It's like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, for sure. That's like the suburbs.
Yeah, it's actually a lot of, that does happen here. But CPD's budget is like ungodly. It's
the
bigger than
the
some
fucked up-
countries'
the fucked up
military
thing
budget.
about-
I guarantee it.
About all is like
Anyway, my point is, what do you think happened to JFK?
I think that he was assassinated.
By a lone gunman.
I don't know.
Justice.
Wake
up!
I don't think so.
No way.
I think that
There's no way.
I think they killed him because he had more information, though. I do think that seems to be true.
Well, he like wanted to be a Russian asset, and the Russians were like, we don't want you, dude.
Is that true? Did he spend time? Didn't he spend time in Russia or something?
I believe he spent time in Russia, and they were like, go home, we don't want you. And then I think he tried to go through Mexico to Russia, and I think Russia was like, yo, you guys got to come get your boy. Like, we don't want him. Come get him. He's trying to come here. Or something like that. I could be way
he got
off.
deported from Mexico, too, though.
I think he was just extradited back. I don't think he got deported because I don't think Mexico would have given a shit.
No, okay,
either
so
way.
that's just all. I stop there because it's not. We know so much about this guy. It makes me believe that we've been made to believe that he had such an emotional, conquest through life that he did this. But in actuality, I think that he was being used by somebody. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
he did famously shout, "I was a patsy," while being arrested. But somebody who's guilty could also very easily say that just to make that happen. But there's a lot of dicey things. There's like the whole thing with like the Warren Report, I believe it's called, which is like, it was like written by the guy who was like JFK's political enemy.
You know a lot about this JFK stuff, huh?
It's called American History, buddy. Okay? And it's fascinating because there's this whole thing with like the medical thing where they like locked people out. They like edited the like coroner's report or whatever.
Of Oswald?
No, of JFK.
Oh.
And the Warren Report, nobody's allowed to see it. And the people who wrote it were all his enemies. And like the investigators and stuff. So it's all very fishy. That's the thing. And they still refuse to release it to this day. Nobody has seen that report. Because usually what they do is they classify them for like 75 years, basically, assuming that by the time it's released, everyone involved is dead. So it's not like a huge scandal for them, basically. But I believe it hit 75 years. No, that's not correct. Maybe it was 50 years and it hit 50 years and then they extended it or something. I don't really remember. But a lot of fishy stuff around it. I recommend.
That would make more sense.
Last podcast on the left did like a 5-part, 6-parter on it.
Whew.
Incredible and hugely informative.
That sounds like thanks for the recommendation.
They did a phenomenal job. They do the research so you don't have to.
I love that.
Yeah. Anyway, CIA, man.
Warren reports.
The CIA is crazy.
Oh, yeah. Conspiracy theories.
You got any good ones? What's one you like? You think the moon landing happened?
I think that some of that footage was fake as fuck.
Yeah. That's likely the
I
extent
don't think
of
that they
it.
actually made it to the moon at that time.
Oh, so you do think it's fake?
I kind of think they might have gotten up there, but they had to come right back down, so they had to shoot some of it.
Oh, that's an interesting perspective. So nobody actually walked on the moon is what you're saying.
Correct.
Okay.
It's just have you watched it?
I've seen it. I think I've evolved my thinking. So I used to like the idea that it was completely fake, but I'm pretty sure you could like see the flag with a telescope on it. But I do think that they just filmed some of it only because the footage they had was super shitty.
That could also have been
or
true.
It got damaged completely.
You just don't lie. How about that in the first place?
I think it's harmless if they actually went and all they did was recreate footage so people could see it. I'm fine with that.
But I do think
because you know how underwhelming it would be if it was just dog shit, grainy footage from some shitty handy cam in 1968. Like they didn't have the equipment to do a wireless camera in general, let alone one that can go to the moon.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how good, I know the moon is glowing, but how good could the lighting have been? You know what I'm saying? All that
Not
type of
good.
stuff.
Not good.
So, I don't know. Somebody checked Buzz Aldrin on that shit once, and he punched him in the face. So, you better watch your words, Buster.
I would accuse him. I would try to get hit by him.
That would be fun.
How
I
old
think
was he
he's
at
like
that time?
90, so I think you'd be able to take the punch.
How old was he at that time, though?
I don't know. 30? How old could he have been
That's funny.
to still be alive? Well, shout out Buzz Aldrin. That's a call out. So somebody get this over to Buzz. We can do a little 1v1 PPV.
Yeah, I think it was fake as fuck, bro.
Fighting words.
Bring it on, Buzz. What else?
I hope. Hey, I hope one day you can get on Alex Jones. I think you guys would get along.
Thank you. That's really nice. You talk about that crazy InfoWars guy, right?
Yeah.
Did the Onion try to buy him?
The frogs are gay. He was like weirdly almost right about that. It's kind of weird.
Um.
But fuck that guy. He's a piece of shit.
Conspiracy theories. Let me think.
Yeah, give me a good one. 9/11?
What about it? It definitely happened, bro.
That it was an inside job? Are you not even familiar that that's a narrative out there?
I've never looked into it, but I've heard it referenced. You know?
Well, I mean, the FBI and the CIA were both aware of the terrorists, and they were aware that they were in America, and they were aware that they were flight training.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Why would they let that happen?
So
this is when the conspiracy theory
It was
starts.
like they both hate each other, so they wouldn't really work together. It was like just a big lapse in communication. So I don't think it was I don't personally think it was an inside job. I think that it was just a giant fucking like fuck up.
Yeah.
You know. That's my opinion. I choose to believe that because if it was an inside job, that's horrifying. So you just don't want to think that way. But then we got that oil. So that's not a good look for supporting what I just said.
It's a sad notion, that if it was an inside job and someone did let it happen, that, all.
Well, because, I
everything
mean,
that
there
happened.
also is, like, Bay of Pigs is, like, an example of it going poorly and, like, being discovered that it was, like, a psyop because the mission was so botched that they had to, like, admit they were doing some shit like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, it does happen. How often, in where and when, you don't know unless there's a huge mistake. Or if it's too big or whatever. I don't know.
There's not a conspiracy theory about the Bay of Pigs, right?
No, I don't know. What, that it wasn't botched and that's what they wanted to happen all along? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that was just a huge disaster. It was like a big fucking mistake. In every way, like planning, execution, like everything about it was just like a horrible idea that shouldn't have been done. I don't really know. I'm talking here like I know anything. I don't know anything.
Yeah.
I'm regurgitating all of this. I'm repeating from memory, not from
I don't know
knowledge.
shit about.
I don't know what the fuck
American
I'm talking
history.
about.
American conspiracy theories. To your point, not. I just they're.
You
funny.
just don't want it to be. Yeah, the government intentionally killed thousands of people.
Yeah.
And traumatized hundreds of thousands on top of it to start a fake proxy war for oil, which is probably, I think that the resulting war was probably just a like, oh, here's an opportunity for us to do this as a result of our big fuck up. Here's how we can like weave in some nonsense. I mean, Dick Cheney's a monster. So, I mean, I could see him as just being a fucking opportunist in that situation as well. So that would also be a positive out of a horrible alternative. Now. Michelle Obama.
I was going to say Illuminati. What do you think, bro? Conspiracy theory. You think they're in? You think they go to Illuminati parties?
I don't think that it's Diddy. Like, I mean, that's like the equivalent. Like, that's what it is. It's not this, like, devil cult that is all in an agreement and that is why they're successful. I think that once you're successful, you can go down some dark avenues like the Epstein shit, the Diddy shit. Like if you're one of those nasty motherfuckers that's like into that and is a part of that, that's effectively the Illuminati. You're trying to like strong arm people into not saying anything, and you effectively are living in like a secret society.
Oh,
That's completely hidden
you put
from
a
the
face
public.
to the name.
Yeah, like I believe in like that, but no, not what the actual Illuminati thing is. Like, oh, the symbol on the money is this, and this. And it's like, no, that's all fucking dumb. I don't.
That's part of that belief, though.
Because there's no way that could be going on for however fucking long, and it's never come out, and no one has ever published or released or leaked anything about anything. It just doesn't happen. I mean, Scientology is as tight-lipped about everything as can be, and everybody knows all their dumb, fucking, crazy, psycho shit.
That's true.
You know, like, everything comes out about everything. Unless it's the government, and then who knows. But
man, we just get right back to there. That's the ultimate one.
I'm trying to get on Rogan.
The truth comes out.
Could you imagine?
This could work. You got to dig into your
It
conspiracy
will not
theories.
work, obviously. If it were that
we need
easy,
to theorize more on this
if
show.
it were that easy,
it could be.
I'd have been there. Okay,
Dude, he's Fear Factor. Let's just go eat some scorpions with him. We'll drink that
he didn't
tequila that's got
participate.
the worm
He
in
didn't
it.
participate in the show. He was the host.
That's true.
I think one time he maybe ate a dick or something. I don't know. I couldn't do that stuff because that stuff was all like intentionally gross.
Yeah.
Like even when it was like what could be food, it was like raw.
It was disgusting.
You know, they weren't like, here's Rocky Mountain oysters. They were like, here's like a raw testicle. Eat it. It's like, that's gross.
That's disgusting.
I can't do bugs either. If they're on me or if I have to eat them or anything with bugs, like I would lose. There's no way. Even if I managed to like get in the tub, I would lose it. I am a bitch. Like, no way. The height stuff, even I always like watching it. It's easy to be like, you have a harness. You literally like aren't going to die.
But it's
just do
when
it.
You're there.
Yeah. Like there's no way. There's no way. I wouldn't do well in that at all.
I did like the stunt ones. The food ones I could not. I would vomit if I was ever there.
Great show. Great show.
I had to skip it because I got pretty grossed out.
Oh, I think we watched it like every week, like live. I mean,
I used to do Fuse.
It was
a lot
the
of
only
time,
way to
though.
watch
Remember
it.
that channel, Fuse?
no.
Did you have cable?
Yeah.
It was right by MTV2.
I mean, not everybody had the same channels. We would have had to have the same cable at the same time.
What'd you have? We had Comcast.
We were all over the place. For a long period, we had WoW, and it was horrible.
I've heard of WoW.
The internet was horrifically bad.
Really?
Horrific.
That's terrible.
Horrific.
Wow.
Yeah. That was the thing. And we'd have to call them all the time. It was bad. But,
This
anyway.
is your WoW representative.
Yeah. No, they're just called wowzers. This is your wowzer speaking.
Yeah. Can you check my internet?
I wonder, are a lot of people going to listen to this episode and think that, like, we're really, like, serious about all that?
About conspiracy theories?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
They
People
could
really,
cut it up.
jokes are just lost on people.
Yeah.
Or
Or?
we weren't funny, which is also, you know, got to take some of the blame.
No, listen, I am not.
But what's
really
more
worried about
likely,
it. I think it's
the former.
I think it's halfway decent.
This is a chuckle fest.
Yeah.
I'm a little giggler.
Well, we keep it light because we don't know that much about it. So
yeah, like
that's
I
the
couldn't
thing.
even go into like what like a crazy like right winger would think because I don't even know the options.
I don't either.
I would just be everybody would be like, no, you're wrong, like
Right.
which we don't want that.
We're neutral on accident.
I'm neutral on purpose.
Oh, okay.
You're what we call ignorant.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
I try to be. It's like, you know when that guy did the fucking, what are they called when you walk across the skinny thing?
Tightrope.
Correct. When the guy tightroped the Twin Towers,
Yeah.
I'm between the two Twin Towers.
Yeah.
And it's tricky balance. I'm constantly losing my balance. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I'm just hanging there, is what you're saying? Just cuz.
Yeah, you're like.
I'm like holding on with both hands, so I'm like good, but like.
Yeah. Or like the Robbie Williams movie, like you just have a tail for no reason, and you're like hanging. You're like hanging from your tail, and you're like eating a banana.
I would be down.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah, something like that.
Dude, whatever. Sorry. I
Can
can't
you
help
believe
it.
that movie? I still don't know how that got made. We're gonna get into movies now, everybody.
But we're not getting into that movie.
No. We're talking about it for a minute because
I'm down with CGI, but I just don't know about that.
No. First of all, we're not really down with CGI.
I like
say
CGI.
That. Why?
Avatar, dude.
That's like the greatest peak of it. Nothing looks like Avatar.
That's a good example.
No, it is not. Nothing looks like that.
Planet of the Apes is good.
No, this movie looks like Planet of the Apes. Planet of the Apes, they look like animated apes. It all looks very animated.
I like the Planet of the Apes.
And I didn't say that they're not good movies.
Right.
That's not what we're talking about. Anyway, the problem with this Better Man movie, it's like, first of all, a lot of people deserve to lose their jobs over this movie. The second I first saw the trailer, I was like, this is an abomination. And then when it's revealed that it's like a biopic of some guy I've never heard of, it's like, this is even worse. I thought this was some like horrific take at like an original story. But it's like, no, it's a biopic, but he's a chimp. But nobody acknowledges really, at least in the trailer, that he's a chimp. They don't seem to have any jokes. It seems to be like a very serious, straightforward biopic, but he's just a chimp for no reason because he like feels different. Like, I've always been different. And it's like, what does that even mean? It's like, well, why aren't you like an alien then or something? Like you're a chimp like that. Those are real things, but like you just talk like it just doesn't make any sense if you think about it for more than 1 second. Like, that's a great pitch to get you a biopic made, and then we go, no, but, like, who should we cast to play this guy? Like, for real. Should we just get Harry Styles? Like, if this movie starred Harry Styles, people would want to see it. It stars a CGI chimp. It's the dumbest fucking idea ever. And then over the weekend, it's like, oh, it's officially a bomb. It only made $10 million. I'm like, how the fuck did this make $10 million? No kidding, this was going to be a bomb. The second I saw this trailer, it's like, yeah, of course they're releasing it in January. This is a disaster. But they pull the plug on fucking like Batgirl or whatever. Maybe that sucked. But people would want to see that. No, who wants to see the Chimp Singer movie? It's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen. Your thoughts? What do you think?
I'm just not really. Yeah, I'm down. I like the idea of seeing a monkey dance around and sing. But
it's not a monkey. It's a guy.
I understand.
In a suit, and it's just CGI, so it's still not a monkey.
Right, but I'm down for a cute monkey dancing around.
But it's not cute, it's CGI. They should have just put a real monkey in there and then just like dubbed a voice over him like Air Bud style or whatever.
That
like shitty 90s animal movies. And he just like doesn't really do that much. He just like wanders around.
It's just the fact, see, like no matter how you put the monkey in there, it would have been cool, but because of I think it would have been fun. But I don't want to watch something about like a real person that is a monkey. It just seems like kind of weird.
So you wish he couldn't talk or something?
There should have been some element
because how does he become a pop singer?
Monkey. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I would have liked to have watched. Like,
So-
like the world's
Because
first monkey
that's
rock
the thing.
star.
Right. That's what there would be headlines in the newspaper. They're like, "There's a fucking monkey singing these
That's
songs."
what I'm
Can you
saying.
believe it?
Yeah.
And they're just like, "No, that's just a guy named Robbie. He just looks like that." And it's like, what is this?
What are you trying to teach
And
me?
even if they do, obviously having not seen it, I don't know. Maybe they do like reference it at some point, but it seems like everybody's just kind of like, "Man, you're like a good musician, Robbie, the person I know."
Yeah. Are you saying he's the only person
Well,
that's a monkey?
and like, so I actually watched the trailer today because my coworkers didn't even know about this. So I'm like, "You guys aren't gonna fucking believe this." And they first of all, after it was over, they're like, "It's worse than you explained it." And I'm like, "I thought I explained it pretty harshly." He like does narration in the trailer, and he's like,
this is my life.
"Yeah, right." That was a really like. I feel like that was really spot on, having not just heard it, but still, that was good. He says that, and then he's like, "I don't want it to be a traditional story
Jesus Christ.
because I'm not a traditional guy." And it's like,
You are.
but then the movie is a straightforward biopic, though. It's like childhood, rise to fame, the perils of fame. Like, it's the most generic story ever. It's just a monkey for no reason. Like, what about him is like a monkey in reality anyway? Nobody knows who this guy is also. They spent $100 million on a movie about a guy that's only famous in England. Fuck England, okay? and nobody knows who he is. How do you think it's going to make that kind of money? It makes no sense.
It made $10 million.
10 million opening weekend, which means it'll be like 2 next weekend. Like, it's done. It's going to be out of theaters in 3 weeks at the most.
Good.
Absolutely. I'm so glad it failed. Fuck Robbie Williams or whatever the fuck his name is. What a fucking stick to the music, loser. And you know what else? Stick to fucking England. There's a reason why you're not famous here, clearly. Okay? Get your shit out of my fucking country. Okay? Close the border. I'm out. Fuck that. It's so bad. All right.
Dude, leave Robbie out of it.
No, it's his movie. The whole thing's his movie and his idea. Please. Gets a movie. Nobody knows who he is. You want to make a movie about my mailman? He works hard. Nobody cares, though.
I just learned the most pretentious thing about the Robbie Williams movie.
It gets worse.
It's kind of worse.
All
I
right.
think it's a little bit worse. I'll just show you and you can explain that his first album
Is a monkey?
no.
That's not a monkey.
It's not a monkey, it's him.
Right. So you're saying he never like...
He's
You
so
thought
unoriginal that
maybe
he's
his-
recycling his album covers for his movie.
Oh, it's the same cover, but he's a monkey instead. I see.
Yep.
I see. Well, I think that's just a reference. But, yeah, okay, here's the thing. This would also make more sense if all of his album covers have, like, a gorilla on them or something.
Anything.
Or if, like Kanye had the bear. Like, if he had, like, a little monkey symbol he used in the past or something to somehow make it, like, a clear correlation. Nonsense. Absolute nonsense. It's bloody drivel.
It's bloody
drill.
It's bloody drill.
Fuck England.
No, but I don't want to close the border. I want the borders open, please.
Not from people from England.
Yes. England, anywhere. I need to go to Europe. We're going to go to Europe.
No, our borders are closed. We can do whatever we want. We're American.
And so is anybody that comes here, and the border should be open.
Not from England.
Yes.
Stop being such a lib. It's a joke. Relax.
I can't help it. It's my job.
Is it?
I think so.
Oh, you're still employed by the Harris campaign?
No.
All right.
It's not like that.
He has to get his "We Did It" tattoo removed.
Dude.
Jump the gun on that one, bud. All right. Den of Thieves 2, Pantera.
You're not. We're
We
not
should
gonna do the
almost, we should
first one
almost,
at all.
we should almost split this into 2 episodes at this point. What a roller coaster of topics this has been. Anyway.
Did you watch the? I never watched the first one.
Well, that is why I said Den of Thieves 2, because I knew that you still weren't going to watch the first one.
Yeah.
So the first Den of Thieves is a good movie. It is like, it's like the best quality.
Like the.
Hold on, let me finish. I'm trying to piece it together here. Jesus. It's like the best quality, amazing, like holy shit, unexpected. Like, how could this be this good? Straight to DVD movie ever? It was released in theaters, but like I'm saying, to like explain to you what Den of Thieves 2 is, I would say overall it's too serious is its biggest negative.
The first one.
It is too long.
Yeah.
They're both too long.
Yeah.
They're both incredibly well made, though. Well written. Den of Thieves 2 is like a straight to DVD remake of Heat with a twist ending. So I would say
That's a good. Yeah.
There's pros and cons of each that basically make the movies even. Den of Thieves 2 is more fun. Den of Thieves 1 has more thievery. Like, it opens with a robbery, and then there's like 2 more robberies after that. And then there's a twist. Whole lot going on.
That's nice.
Den of Thieves 2 is beautifully shot. I would say better shot. They're both well made, again, not a knock. But, you know, the luxurious European locale does help Den of Thieves 2 a lot.
Spent a lot on location for sure.
They did not, actually. I looked into this. They filmed it all at the Canary Islands. They're really good at disguising stuff.
Oh.
First Den of Thieves set in L.A., filmed in Atlanta. I couldn't tell. Not that I really know what either city actually looks like. Ultimately.
I just imagined that it was expensive to be in that place, but cool.
I mean, it definitely had like a good budget, but they weren't like in France, like where it's set or anything like that.
Yeah.
Just really good set design and all that. I will say the first one has more of a bloated cast where not everybody really gets to do as much. Not enough fitties in it. Not enough.
This one felt like it was enough people.
Yeah, so the other one, everybody's got a wife, everybody's got a girlfriend, couple people have kids. Like, we're just doing a lot of time, like, meeting a lot of people.
Yeah.
Although, even though I did just explain there is more time with more action, it's just too long. Like I said, too long. That's also part of it.
Yeah.
So Den of Thieves 1 for Justice, essentially the O'Shea Jackson character is like the new guy to this crew, and this crew is like a bunch of like ex-military guys that rob bunch of banks. They rob banks in LA basically, and they're very, very good at it, and he's like their new driver. And throughout the movie, they just like keep alluding to why like nobody likes O'Shea Jackson. And they keep being like, why do we have to fucking have this fucking guy here? Like, fuck this. Like, over and over and over again. And it's like, no, he's like, gotta be the guy. And it's unclear why. And then eventually it's revealed that, like, he was the mastermind behind the whole plan. But it, like, didn't seem like that was the case. And, like, that was the twist. And then, like, he gets away with it. Gerard Butler is in the first one. He's chasing them down. Now, he's funny. He's, like, the comic relief of the movie. While also being, like, you know, the tension thing. There's a great scene at Benihana. That's what I referenced in the open.
Oh.
They have like a confrontation at Benihana. It's very good. And it's like the perfect role for Gerard Butler. He's excellent. He's great in both movies, I think. He's better in the first one. But, yeah.
Yeah.
But a couple people die in the first one too, so and then at the end they did reference that like he was gonna go to Europe next. So this movie basically so we missed like what the first like minute maybe of the movie. It couldn't have been more than like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It takes off basically like right where the first one leaves off.
But the one thing too is that he was the one planning it, and also they shorted the Fed and got away with it. Was the last of
Yeah, so what they said was accurate in that. So there's like X amount of money per day. This is in the movie, at least. I don't know if any of this is real, obviously. But there's like X amount of money in the Fed, like per month or whatever timeline, that is like taken out of circulation because it's like too old or damaged or whatever the case may be. It's money that's just being like removed from the database and being like replaced with newly printed money. So all of the serial numbers get removed from the record as well. So the money basically becomes untraceable. But the thing is, it basically just goes from a box directly into a shredder. Mm-hmm. So it's just gone. The whole thing is it's gone. It's not like anything is done with this. So the heist was, how do we get in there and intercept the money that's being taken to the shredder and then just bag it and leave and don't put it in the shredder?
Yeah.
And so they get in, like a couple people like get jobs in the Federal Reserve. And
what?
One guy, he like takes the place of a delivery driver, and he becomes like this is O'Shea Jackson's character, actually. He becomes the regular delivery guy for these like old ladies and gets like the timing down to a science. And basically he always gives them like extra shit. So they always like ask for him or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so like that's a reason. And there's like all these little factors, and it all has to like time out super neatly, and then they can pull it off, and they pull it off. But then like Gerard Butler's like onto them and like chases them down, and they have like a shootout on the highway, which is like, this would never happen. They're like shooting through.
The
like,
reason why, yeah, I was also, so they end up in Europe at the beginning of the second one, but he's already embedded in the crime family. Is that the same people that he was doing the jobs with back in the States? They never really talk about that.
That's unclear. Like maybe it seemed like he was new to all of those people too. I think he's just a guy who has connections.
That makes
because
sense.
He got hired independently by he set up the first one obviously, but he didn't work with the guys in the first movie either. Like he was the new guy then too.
Oh,
so he's kind of
that
like
makes sense.
He's moving around doing his own jobs. But he's just connected and ends up, getting in with whoever he can, is how it seems. I don't really know. Maybe it's implied that like whoever is running that crew
knows him.
Yeah, like he's been a part of that crew in some capacity the whole time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I liked it. I mean, did you like it? We didn't talk about it at all. So you didn't like it?
Not really.
What? Oh, I thought it was great.
I do. I mean, like.
But see, you didn't know the characters.
To be honest, you
didn't understand that they really did have a prior relationship.
Yeah, that would have made.
To you,
more
it's just
invested.
like, why are these guys so friendly?
No, I definitely picked up on that right away. I kind of had an idea of how the relationships were for the previous jobs. That he was like the cop. Right, he was some kind of. They weren't working together in the past.
No, he was chasing them.
That's what
straight
I thought.
up.
That's what I knew. That's what I understood for sure. And I gotta say that. Well, the thing about it being Heat with this twist ending, the twist ending that you mean is the fact that
I just spoiled it for you, also. Yeah, but you'll forget. Go watch it.
The first one.
Yeah, the first one has a way better twist.
Oh, okay.
The first one is Heat with a twist.
So how would you pace this one then?
It's the same.
Okay.
But they tried to flip it again.
Okay.
They did like a double flip in this one. They weren't okay, so there's multiple types of sequels, right? There are sequels where it's like, let's just run it back and do the same movie again.
Which is this one?
Overall, yes. They just did like, let's do this in a new location. And like Hangover 2. This is Hangover 2, basically. But with less fat. See, they trimmed a lot of the fat in not having too many characters or all these random side plots. Like, they were just like, oh, this one assassin is the girl's ex, so he's jealous. And then, all right, fuck them. They're out. And now they're against them. And it's just like, we didn't need to, like, do a whole thing.
Yeah, the Italian family was definitely another whole thing that was nice.
But there wasn't like, oh, let's do the backstory and let's show what they're doing. It's like, no, they show up when they're trying to make something happen.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
So I like that. But Yeah, there was just. I would say that this is slower. It doesn't really seem because they devote a lot of time to them like setting up the job, but it doesn't seem like it's very difficult for them.
And once they get there, it's like they're just. I don't know. It just seemed like so anticlimactic once they got in there. They were like, "Oh, I got it. We're good." You know,
there was a ton of tension when they actually are in the building and they have to like time it with the cameras.
Yeah,
and
that was
everything.
dope. But I mean, actually in the vault, get cracking the cases.
It took him. What do you mean? They almost had to run away. He almost didn't find it.
It's just
they had to rip open. It wasn't in the right thing.
So
they had to rip.
So that's what I was saying. I don't do a lot of like heist action movies. So
yeah, because you're a woman. We know.
So when it came to like the pacing of the movie, I thought it was super fun the way that it was just the one main heist. Like the setup was really fun. And like the characters that they had to like work around, like working with that manager at the actual bank, like that was a lot of fun. But then like I didn't really like Gerard Butler's character was like I would have appreciated it more if I saw the first one for sure, but like his character now he's kind of like a washed up, like or he's acting like he's kind of like washed up and like
he's like a drunk loser.
Yeah,
in the first one he gets divorced right away. He texts a stripper. He texts his wife what he meant to text a stripper.
Oh my god.
And then he gets divorced right away. And he's like, he shows up drunk and hungover and he doesn't sleep.
Yeah, he's like living in his car at the beginning of this one.
Yeah.
So I just didn't really, I wasn't all for that. Yeah. That was part of it for me that I didn't like.
You're just like, I don't support men like that. He's toxic. Is that the problem?
No. Yeah, basically, actually.
Oh, you're the worst. You're the worst guy.
Hey, you need it. It's not your opinion, you know? You need a little bit of a different one.
It's
nice.
Big Nick. He's a fucking gritty detective. You want him to be like
soft.
I support the diversity of this crew. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, when all the croissant stuff, he just like couldn't get it right. It was just like, dude, he's just like so ignorant. I
feel like you're not even doing that humorously. I feel like you mean that.
What do you mean? I'm 100% serious about
That's
this.
a joke in a movie. The joke is, haha, like...
No, I know. Like,
big fat American guy doesn't... And also, fuck you if you're going to go to French and say croissant. You're a loser if you do that. It's croissant. That's what it's called.
I would probably do the same thing, but like his whole approach to getting to Europe and stuff, I knew that something was going to be... I honestly did not expect him to turn on them.
Yeah, that was the twist.
That was big. And I was like, damn, dude, he's a piece of shit for that, you know?
But he's a cop. They're dumb for trusting the cop. I thought that was the biggest flaw.
That's a good point.
I was like, from the jump, they should have just been like, no cops. And then they're like, oh, but he smoked weed and did Molly, so he's cool. It's like, you guys aren't 18. He's not trying to bust you for having Molly. He's trying to get you for robbing the Diamond Center. And then you're just going to let him join you. It's the craziest thing in the world. I thought that's a huge... that was the thing where it's like, oh, if you stop and think about that for 1 second, it makes no sense that they would just be fine with that.
Right.
So I thought that was dumb.
The car stunts were fucking great. I felt like...
So you're saying you just disliked that Gerard Butler was like an ignorant guy and so you hated the whole movie?
No, I don't know.
You're saying you liked every other part of it so far.
If I could...
You just hate white men.
If I could like...
All cis white men are the devil.
Yeah, dude, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I was just like that... The good parts in my head were like the action sequences with the cars when they're actually leaving the diamond square.
Yeah, it's always great when somebody can cleverly like, oh, they put a wrap over the car so it looks like it's white and they actually painted the car black and then they peel it off and change the fucking license plate. It's like, that's great. This is like Grand Theft Auto. This is literally what I do in Grand Theft Auto.
I guess like I guess I kind of take back like the lead up for sure, like getting the job set up was cool, but like not like I was just kind of bored with it in a way. I don't know how else to explain it, but like
so you liked it, but you didn't like it.
I liked it, but it was just like not. It's just like not usually the subject matter that I'm like interested in seeing. I don't know. Like lately, I did like Lord of the Rings recently. Like I've just been on a different kick, I guess. So like this like action movie type was just like, I was like, this is kind of corny, you know. Some of the stuff is just like, this is just a corny, like they're having fun with it. It's not like my favorite thing.
Fun,
Yeah.
not your favorite thing.
Yeah. The whole like smoking meth with the at the club, like that was, or whatever it was, like it was just kind of goofy, and I was like, they could have just cut this out, you know.
Well,
They didn't-
absolutely, the movie's too long. Yeah, that whole scene didn't even really need to
Could
happen.
have shaved off, I feel like 15 minutes.
It didn't
of,
need
like,
to
all
happen. Those guys could have easily just not turned against them, and it wouldn't have mattered. Well,
when
so here's
they're
the
riding scooters back, like I get it. You guys have a better relationship because you guys did drugs, but like I don't need to see all that. You know, it's just like
yeah. Again, you could cut some stuff. I disagree that like wasn't entertaining, but
That's
it didn't.
true.
But it could be cut for sure. The both movies have the same problem of just having too much.
yeah.
The run times for both are just too long. That's just how it is. But they're
I need
also
the opposite of a director's cut. I need like a cut version.
yeah. But ultimately, though, the truth is that like none of it's like bad to where it's like I don't want to watch this. It's just like this doesn't need to be here, but it's still entertaining.
Yeah.
But it also makes the movie less good. Because it's like too much.
I align with that for sure.
But okay, so for a linear plot summary of the second one, they arrive in Europe. Well, O'Shea comes first, followed by Gerard Butler. They're kind of doing like a cat and mouse thing, and he's like, nah, I'm not here as a cop. I want in. And then they let him in. They're planning to rob the diamond thing in France. I don't even know if that's really there or not.
Insert
It
corny
probably is.
American to France jokes in between.
Yeah, to be expected.
Lame.
Which he's right. He's 100% right. By the way. Anyway. Fuck France. The character. Why are they telling him what to say? He's clearly speaking English. If he was speaking French, yeah, he should use a French accent. You shouldn't speak English in a French accent because you're in France. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Like you're going to say croissant or you're going to say croissant?
I'm never going to say that.
Croissant.
Never.
Croissant? Right?
Ugh, you sound like a frog.
That
Yeah, there you go.
is how you speak French.
I know,
a lot
it's
of
disgusting. Just a horrible.
I've been on my
people.
Duolingo shit with that.
Well, you're
French.
going there.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody, dude, they're going to hate you. That's
Oh.
the thing. And you're going to be crushed by it because you respect them. And that's your mistake.
Croissant.
No American should have any respect for the French. They're losers.
Dude, you better respect the French.
Or what?
Or
Yeah, exactly. What's a Frenchie going to do to me?
dude,
Hit me with a grape? I don't give a fuck. Fuck France. You out of your mind? There's a reason why the Italians fucking take control in Den of Thieves 2.
No.
We run shit, okay?
Yeah, the whole thing where he gets busted out by two helicopters.
Yeah, okay,
that
so
was insane.
It also
dude.
leads...
It was
so
unnecessary.
what do you mean unnecessary? What?
just
So,
what-
yeah, less things should happen in the movie. The movie should be less exciting. He should have just walked free.
It could
It's
have been
way
like
cooler.
other cars. It didn't have to be two helicopters. Like that was just like so much. I was like, bro, what's going on? Continue.
But it's flexing the power. That's the whole thing. It's showing just how they're bigger than the police.
That's good. I like that. I just didn't think about it that way when I saw it.
That's like some literal like military type shit.
Yeah.
That's what the military would do to somebody.
But I get it.
You
It's
don't.
its own military. Yeah.
Yeah, the mafia's in charge. Like, that's the whole thing. They're bigger than the police. Anyway, so the way the movie goes to where we get to that point is, they scout out the diamond thing. One guy gets a job there. He's really the only one doing. He does all the work. I don't really understand what anyone else is in this for. They really only need 2 guys to do this job. Like one guy to help and one guy to do it.
They assigned roles.
I guess, yeah. Once you actually got into the vault, everybody had stuff to do. Then Gerard Butler is able to get in because he has like a U.S. Marshal thing.
Which is crazy.
Is it? What? Why do you just go like this is so far-fetched, but you're like, I just watched Lord of the Rings, a super realistic movie? Like,
no, that's not.
It's just weird that you're like, action movies aren't realistic. It's like, yeah. Why would, when are they?
I like a level of criminal accuracy. I would
like a heist are high in they don't. This is how it would go down. What do you mean?
I don't know. I just think
so you're like anti-heist movie. That's your problem.
Sometimes, for sure.
You like Ocean's 11?
I don't really like those movies.
Oh my God, fuck you then. Everything, your opinion doesn't matter. If you don't like Ocean's 11.
I can't say I've watched. Maybe
I'm genuinely upset by that. So we're just gonna move on. That's fucking absurd.
I think I watched one of them.
And you weren't like, dude, I've seen the first one like 70 times. It's like the funnest movie ever.
I can't say I've seen it nearly that many times.
I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say.
This is George Clooney, right?
Did you know that Den of Thieves was a heist movie?
I thought it was an action movie.
Straight up.
I think so.
Oh, well then, see, you're just a fucking idiot then. Everything about this is your fault, and you're trying to blame this movie.
It's not the movie's fault. I never said it was the movie's fault.
What are you talking about? You've just been bashing the movie the whole time.
I have to throw it shade because I don't watch a lot of heist movies, you know?
But that's on you. And then you went to see a heist movie.
Therefore, my opinion.
And then you're like, this isn't for me. It's like, well, you went to see it. Nobody made you see it.
I'm excited that I got to see it.
Well, but you didn't even see the first one too, and which was a heist movie, which would have let you know that this was gonna be another heist movie. Like everything about this was your mistake.
I definitely will watch the first one now.
But why? You don't like heist movies.
You're
not gonna like it. You should rewatch Ocean's 11, and if you like that, it's also made by Steven Soderbergh, like a great filmmaker. Brad Pitt, George Clooney, Matt Damon, Casey Affleck.
I know.
Scott Conn, Bernie Mac, Elliot Gould.
I've definitely watched it.
There's more, but that's as many as I got. Andy Garcia.
Should we do one
Incredible
episode
cast.
for me to review every Ocean's movie?
Are you going to watch all 3 of them?
Yeah.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will.
No, you won't.
I'll do it.
I don't think you will.
The second one, if I don't like the first one, I'm just going to be like,
The second one gets meta, but it gets a bad rap, and I think it's great. The third one is It's all right.
Okay, that sounds fun.
But it's got Pacino. Third one's got Pacino.
I love Pacino.
Do you?
Yeah.
I'm not that big on him.
Doesn't he have another heist movie?
Heat?
Right, that one.
What? Possibly more than that. I don't know. What's Righteous Kill about? Never saw that one.
Me either.
I don't know, but I don't know.
Probably not into it.
I think he kind of mostly sucks, but like when he's great, it's like the peak of acting.
Yeah.
But he sucks a lot.
He was on some shit.
I'm a Bobby D guy. That's why. Robert De Niro.
Oh, Bobby D.
Yeah. That's my number one.
I mean, he's a better actor.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
yeah.
I love De Niro.
He's the best.
He really is.
What a guy.
He makes me feel so happy. Even when he's just an
He's
asshole.
Mostly a monster in his movies.
I know. I love it.
Yeah, he's great at it.
He does it so well. He plays a maniac so well.
So you don't like Heat either?
I do like Heat.
Okay.
I do like
You
Heat.
better. I mean, that would just be absurd. Okay, so
I'm not anti-heist movie.
it seems like you are.
I'm not.
But you don't like Ocean's 11.
I don't really like Gerard Butler, okay? That's my thing.
Why?
I don't know.
What is it? See, why don't you just tell me the truth? I don't get why I have to like pull things out of you over time. Just say your feelings.
I already voiced my opinion.
But why?
On
There's
his
a
performance
no, see,
in this film.
I know what you're doing. Just tell me the real reason you don't like him.
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
I don't think so. What else has he been in?
You've never seen him in anything else?
Maybe.
300?
I'm not really into 300.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
He's the star.
Yeah, not into that.
Okay. I mean, he was in a bunch of shitty rom-coms. Apparently, that's your lane, based on your words today.
Hey, look, man.
He's in that movie with Katherine Heigl.
Olympus Has Fallen.
Not that one, but he's in that.
Yeah, to be honest, The Ugly Truth is the one with Katherine Heigl.
Yeah, see, you would know.
I've never seen that one.
Okay, sure.
And I haven't seen a lot of his movies, to be frankly honest.
So?
He was in Watchmen, too.
You really think that he wasn't good in this role?
Yeah, I think so.
He wasn't.
I don't think he was that good, no.
That's crazy.
I think that...
That's crazy.
O'Shea, what's his name?
O'Shea Jackson?
I think he crushed it.
That's Ice Cube's son?
He was great.
Are you aware of that?
Yes, I knew that.
Okay.
What?
I don't think you did.
I did know that.
He put on some pounds, I will say. Still looked good, but he put on a little bit.
Well, he's comfy.
Oh, he's comfy. Absolutely.
It almost felt like a no, I don't really want to say it. I think that
say it.
I don't think
say it.
like
you have to.
There was for the first 40 minutes, it kind of felt like a second string Uncut Gems or something. Something about it.
It didn't feel like that at
The
all.
way that
Ladies and gentlemen at home, it didn't feel that way.
It's just that was what I was picking up on. I didn't really.
What does that mean?
There was a lot of like synth in the audio mix that could have been so much louder, but it just felt like it was in the background of like what was happening in the scene, and I was like, that's no fun. Turn that shit up, you know?
Okay. I have no thoughts on what you just said.
But you get what I'm saying.
No.
I
don't recall the synth at all.
Well, that's just...
It's a heist movie.
Could have been artier, I guess.
Right, but that's what Michael Mann movies are for.
I love Michael Mann movies.
Right, but he did this already. That's the whole thing. It's new. It's original.
Yeah.
To an extent. Anyway, so yeah, the mafia got involved, and that was cool because one of the things they stole, and that was like a robbery within a robbery.
We're trying to get to them picking him up by helicopter.
There is still kind of like a multi-layer crime thing going on there. So basically, they have to complete the heist, but he also has to get the diamond that he stole back. But he needed that diamond that he stole in the first place to get into the diamond exchange.
Yeah.
So really well done stuff. And obviously, you don't want to piss off the mafia. So then once they actually do the heist, super intense heist, Justice is a fucking asshole. Don't listen to him. It's good. It's a good heist, a lot of tension.
Yeah, they're all like
Gerard Butler has to like go his own way, has to shoot somebody.
They carry a pipe up these stairs.
It's great, yeah, to go from roof to roof. It's brilliant.
They go through an elevator shaft. It's fucking lit in the elevator
No,
shaft.
Justice doesn't get to have an opinion on anything that happened. It doesn't matter. Don't listen to him, even if it's positive. And then
I am a guest on this show. I will have my piece.
They get away with it, and
50%.
They get chased by the people who left the heist, and then they get saved by the Italians, and then the Italians are like, where's that fucking diamond? Then he hands them the diamond, and he's like, we got a car for you. Get out of here. And then they drive to whatever the rendezvous point is in Italy, and then they're all cheering, having a good time. And then the cops come and raid the thing, and then it's revealed that Gerard Butler was actually double crossed because he was actually in on it, and then after being in on it, decided I'm going to go back out, and I'm going to rat you guys out. And then everybody gets caught. But then it's a double out. And
yep.
He actually saved O'Shea Jackson, but not the other people. He let them go because fuck them. Nobody cares anyway. And
the other crime family.
Yeah, the Pantera group all gets arrested. So
Yeah.
now he gets big accolades for getting the crime thing, but then he gets to release his boy. And his boy, I mean, they're probably going to recover the stuff, but he's set anyway. Like, he's already rich from all the heists he's done. So it doesn't really matter if he, like, gets the score or not. So as they're transporting him, like, to prison or from prison or whatever the fuck, the Italians intercept the police with 2 helicopters and block the road. They come at him with fucking assault rifles, and the cops are just like, all right, yeah, let the guy out. We're not fucking with you guys. And they bring him in a helicopter, and then he's like, you work for fucking me now. And then they're like, shout out to you, bro. Unclear how Den of Thieves 3 is going to work because it don't. I just don't see. What, is Gerard Butler going to just do it again? Be like, oh, I'm going to join you. But then he's just going to have a change of heart again.
No.
So
I think he's out.
And then it's like, what, is he going to chase him? No, but it's clearly that the whole series is going to be Gerard Butler and O'Shea Jackson. They're the only 2 characters that are from the first one. Like, that's the series.
I don't think it'll carry on. It'll just be O'Shea against the world.
No, I mean, literally, it's going to be Gerard Butler. Like,
Japan.
Right, but my point is, how is that character going to be involved? Because now if he goes, I'm going to join the heist again, there's no reason to ever believe him. But then they're also clearly friends. He gave him to the mafia instead of putting him in prison. So he's not going to chase after him again.
Right.
So I'm just curious as to how they're going to try to flip that. But they're good at flipping stuff. I didn't see the twist coming in either movie.
I didn't either. I really didn't.
Yeah. I didn't think Gerard Butler was going to flip. And then I didn't think that they were going to... I kind of thought he's going to get him out somehow. But then when I saw him sitting in jail and then they do the face-to-face... He tipped it off at the end, obviously, but I didn't think that was necessarily going to happen.
Yeah. Their relationship is just kind of goofy to me.
Buddies?
They're just buds.
Being buddies is weird. Like, it's so frustrating that you're saying that. I just don't even know what you mean.
I don't know.
Getting along is weird? Like, why is it weird that they're friends? It's the whole premise of Heat is that the cops and the thieves need each other and that the good ones have mutual respect for each other.
That's a good... I like that.
But then when it comes down to it, they both got to do what they got to do. The cops got to catch the bad guy got to try to get away. It's the whole ethos of the entire thing.
At this point, it just doesn't seem like he's able to get away. It seems like he always gets caught up, you know?
Well, he didn't get caught the first time. He literally got away.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, and now he's just stuck working for the mafia. But earlier in Den of Thieves 2, he's like, I'm going to keep doing this forever anyway. I do this for the thrill of it.
He said, what's next?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm pretty excited for Den of Thieves 3.
Fuck you. You're such an asshole. This is your worst take of all time.
What do you mean? I don't like Gerard Butler, okay?
No, you don't like Heist, and that's what bothers me.
I do like heists.
I don't think you do.
I do.
You know what? I will ask you then to watch all 3 Ocean's films, not the women one, because nobody saw that.
I'll do that one, too. That sounds awesome.
Dude, you're... gross. What? You don't have to lie on the show. Because also the real problem that I have with that movie and the reason why I refuse to see it is because they're like, George Clooney's character is dead. It's like, you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. Because what your real goal should be is building towards merging. Because it's like, she plays like George Clooney's sister, whoever the star is. It's like Sandra Bullock or something. And also, I hate Sandra Bullock. So that's also why I'm not into it. But they're like, he's dead. Why does he have to be dead? Why can't that just be his sister?
Right.
Because the goal should have been, it's called like Ocean's 8. It should have got a couple more people. You should have called it like, no, 8's fine, I guess. Maybe 9. But then you do 10 and there's a merger. And it turns out that, the twist is that Ocean's 8 or 9 or whatever was actually set before Ocean's 11.
Right.
And then you end it where they're overlapping in some regard. And like you find out that Sandra Bullock's character is actually somewhat responsible or like came up with the planning for the heist in Ocean's 11, and now you have like a Star Wars prequel trilogy thing going on.
I would love that.
That's forward-thinking filmmaking, okay? Don't kill off characters for no reason off screen. It makes no sense, especially when it's Danny Ocean, the most likable character, arguably, of the century.
Damn.
Arguably.
George Clooney. That's what's up. Hit
Those
him
are great movies, and you're a disgrace, Justice.
up. It's because you think I don't like heist movies.
You
isn't it?
literally just said you don't like that movie. So, yeah, it's because you don't like that movie. Everybody likes that movie. It's so fun and enjoyable.
Listen,
All it is the most good-looking, charming guys in baller suits in Vegas robbing crooks for $100 million or whatever it is. It's absurd. It's great. And it's a great plan. You don't have a great plan. You know why? Because you're a mess. That's why. That's why you don't like heists. It's too meticulous.
Yeah.
You're too aloof.
Yeah. I couldn't do it.
You're like, I can't even focus. What are they even talking about?
We're talking about Ocean's 11.
That's what happened. You don't even keep track.
Yes, I do.
No.
Yeah.
Watch Den of Thieves 1. Oceans 11, 12, and 13.
All right.
Report back.
All right.
And you're going to tell me that you were confused. You're going to tell me something doesn't make sense. Or you're going to tell me something. And it's because you didn't pay attention and you didn't listen.
Probably. You really do have to pay attention to heist movies, which is probably my least favorite part about them.
You have to pay attention to all movies.
I knew you were going to say that. Ooh!
Do you still walk into movies in the middle of them for 10 minutes at a time while you're waiting?
Sometimes.
That's the stupidest. Oh, I hate that so much. It hurts my soul. All right. We've been going quite a while here.
Oh
Let's
my
wrap this
God.
baby up. You got anything to add? When's your album coming
Grand
out?
Prix, February 14th.
Ooh, that's right. I forgot you were doing that. Nice. That's a good
Yeah.
release date. Everybody listen to it when it comes out. I don't think you can pre-save.
Now, too.
Can you pre-save?
By the time this goes up.
No, I don't think you can. There's a single out, though. What's the single called?
Marathon.
Right.
I do my homework.
Go listen to the single, everybody.
Yeah, it's great.
Out right now. 2 tracks, right?
Yeah.
B-side, A-side, B-side.
Somebody sign me. Let's go.
Yeah, me too.
We're ready. This is ridiculous.
This is for you, Joe Rogan.
Yeah. Yeah.
DM me.
Sure.
Adam.rfat.
At rfat.bigcartel.com.
Get the merch.
That's a good merch.
All right. Got anything else? Are you good?
I think that's it.
And remember, I are fat. You are fat. We are fat. Talk to you next week. Calculator.